First off, Coach, congratulations. What a great start to your career at Hempfield Area as the head coach. What has really stood out about this team and the success that you've had in your first year so far?
I think the biggest factor is, I'm not sure if you're aware, but we lost two really big, important players last year with Callie Sowers and Emma Hoffner behind the plate. And I think finding replacements for them was our biggest hurdle in the off season. And the two young ladies that have stepped up and taken those spots are both freshmen, and I think they have really exceeded their expectations.
And to have a battery comprised of two freshmen, and obviously in the circle, Riley Miller has been terrific, and she's also obviously a really good hitter for you, and then Allie Cervola behind the plate. How have you maybe sort of helped that maturation being a former pitcher yourself?
I think, we're really working with Riley on putting her in tough pressure situations. A lot of times, I'm trying to get her to be a pitcher, not a thrower, versus letting them hit on an 0-2 count or a 1-2 count when we get way up ahead in the count. I'm trying to, help her with understanding that part of pitching, understanding that hitting your spot and your location is way, way, way important in those type of counts. Our pitching coach that has joined the staff, Rick Shaheen, he is just wonderful with that aspect too. I mean, he had his daughter, Lauren Shaheen, came through the program as well. So not only does Riley have me, but Rick has really taken on the pitching coach role, and he's doing a fabulous job with them.
In some past years, it always felt like Hempfield Area had upperclassmen who had been waiting in the wings to get their opportunity, and then when they were juniors or seniors, really were already prepared for the spotlight. But this year's team, it's really a lot of underclassmen. You mentioned a couple of the freshmen with the battery, but other freshmen, other sophomores. Has this team sort of moved ahead of schedule in terms of the young players already arriving?
I think so. I'm really not, I told them the best young ladies will play to give the team the best chance to win. I'm looking for, that leadership role out of my older players. However, we are a very young team, which is only going to be good for the future.
9 wins consecutively to start the season. I don't think there could have been a better start for you in your head coaching career. When did you realize that this team maybe could be special?
I think it was, when we went out to Pine Ridgeland and we beat them 3-1. That was a game where we knew they have Gabby Otten on the mound, who's just a terrific young lady and young pitcher. She's going to Boston College. She's a stud. When we beat her, I was like, wow, we really have a shot here. Like, we're performing well, and it was exciting. But that game, I think, really showed myself and the team, we can do this. So
Hempfield Area, maybe in a familiar spot, although for these young players, unfamiliar to them. The number 1 seed in the bracket, I'm sure a lot of expectations comes with that. You're probably a marked team at this point. Is that something you think that the players and you can embrace?
Yes, I try to talk to the girls. The 3 losses that we have, the Seneca and Armstrong, those losses, when they beat Hempfield, it's always a special thing for them, and I tried to explain that to them, that you're going to get everybody's best effort, you're going to get everybody's best lineup, best pitcher, best everything. They're coming for you. Everybody wants to beat Hempfield, and that quickly has been the same theme this year as well.
Before the brackets came out, did you anticipate that you would get the number 1 seed? What was your reaction?
I had anticipated that just from looking at the 6A winning percentages and things of that nature. But 6A it's a dogfight. Any of those teams can really win, to be honest with you. It's excellent softball. Any given day, anybody can beat anybody, and I try to explain that to the girls.
And so it's a smaller bracket, just 10 teams, which means that several of the teams do get the bye to the quarterfinals. Your team is one of them. The good news, I would say, is that there's not a long layoff, because you play just 2 days after the first round matchup between number 8 Norwin and number 9 Baldwin. So how do you prepare for your opponent regardless of who it is?
I think the biggest thing, we're working on right now is hitting. Our defense has been extremely strong. We have, players we have the starters and we have backup girls that, can go in the game at any time. Right now, my biggest concern is to get our hitting on track, because hitting's so hit or miss. You have girls go hot and then cold and then back hot. So it's trying to find the right 9 players to put the bat on the ball.
And so I'm sure that getting the number 1 seed, winning the section title, those are probably some goals that you've already achieved. But for the other goals that still remain, what will be key and what will you consider a success here in the postseason?
Our next goal, our first goal was sections. Our second goal is to win the WPIAL, obviously. And then, if you make it to the championship, you qualify for states. We're really focusing on one game at a time. I'm not trying to look at the second or third game. I'm really focused on either Norwin or Baldwin. We've played Norwin twice. We know what they have to offer. They rush the ball. Both times we played them, the score was 10-7. I don't think combined we've given up 14 runs to any of the other teams. So, they have a few girls that with one swing, changes the game. They have some really powerful hitters. So I'm just trying to tell the girls, we're going to have to score. We've scored 20 against them, but we're going to have to continue moving that way. We're going to have to put runs on the board if it is Norwin. Now, I don't really know much about Baldwin, but my biggest thing is, we're going to have to put runs on the board here.
Well, Tina, thank you so much for taking the time. Congratulations on getting the number 1 seed, and good luck heading into the playoffs.
Thank you so much, Sean.
That's Tina Madison, head coach for Hempfield Area Softball.